let's. I gotta stop remembering saying "all right" whenever I start recording, because that's starting to become too much of my thing. It's too predictable.
There's your intro, right there.
All right.
That's it. That's your intro. Let's get started, guys. That's it.
All right.
Let's introduce the game, or anything. You're just gonna say, "Let's get started." You'll see what it is.
Oh man.
Everybody says that at once. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I was.
3, 2, 1.
Whenever I watch my videos, it's always like, "All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do," and I'm like, "Oh no." It's like I had this one girlfriend from the United States, and whenever she was talking on the phone, she would always make fun of me when I said "a." I was like, I don't say that, and then when I heard a recording of myself, I was like, "Oh, I just said "a," didn't I?" Oh.
Word is they've let scion flayers out of their cages to
know,
go around the centrally iced core.
I had friends in the States that made fun of it when I said "hey," and I'm like, I say it proudly. Guys, I say this proudly. I can't hear you. So I don't care. Like,
Well, apparently New Yorkers start off with it, right? Like, "Hey, what you doing there? Hey, what's going on there, buddy?"
yeah, but we take it.
You're making fun of those dumb guineas.
We can make everything that
I'm American. I make fun of Americans more than I think anybody else does.
Vanguard report from Cade. The scion flares
I
are
have this
already
huge
at top
chain of how everybody makes.
better
This is
move.
my theory on how everybody makes fun of everybody else. All right. So the whole world, sorry to say, will make fun of America. America will make fun of Canada. Canada will make fun of our newfies, and the newfies will make fun of the rest of the world. And that's how it goes.
Oh man. Apparently this one friend I have, her boyfriend is from Newfoundland. It's weird. It's like I keep on thinking, I've heard these Newfie jokes before. It was like, I've never actually met anybody from there. Aren't they supposed to have their own language?
Yeah.
or
I've
the
heard
variation on their language is supposed to be so different in Media Translator.
Well, like, I'm not exactly from Newfoundland, but I have family in Newfoundland that I visit all the time. I'm the closest you'll ever get. Unless you meet my actual family.
Oh yeah, Zoidberger, yeah, when you talk to Canadians, we're familiar with all the different accents and all the different things going on in Canada that a lot of Americans aren't. So we'll talk about different accents, and Americans think that there's only 2 Canadian accents. Oh no, there's way more than that.
I know that there's more than 2. I know that there's more than 2. I didn't have to go away to school to learn that.
Yeah, like you got those people in the Maritimes who pronounce their ers a certain way. There, this is how, and they got this one guy. There's this one show called Canada's Worst Driver, and of course they had to get a guy from the Maritimes to talk about driving. So you hear him pronounce the word "cur" all the time. This is the way a park a cur. When you're driving the cur, this is how you do this in the cur. How you parallel park in the cur.
Have you ever seen the amateur person? Just think of that. I'm doing, wasn't the curve.
Oh yeah, myself and Sammy there, we're gonna go play a game of Candlepin there, eh? Oh man, it's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna take the cur over there, then we'll head on over to the bowling alley and play some Candlepin. It's gonna be a wonderful day there.
It would just be a momentous day to get all of those accents in one place.
Well, let's see, there's Northern Ontario too. Like, in Southern Ontario, it's a little bit more Americanized. We'll still insert the word "a," but Northern Ontario, those guys are like in the country. So it's stuff like, we don't like them frickin' casinos because they take away their frickin' money from the frickin' bingo parlors. That's why we don't frickin' like them.
If you want to go for like movie accent, movies don't really have an accent. We just have really bad grammar. Well, it's true. Like whenever I talk to my mom, you always do these like little bad grammar things. Like instead of he said or she said, she'll be like he says, she says. So she says that.
Well, Mike is from Cape Breton, right? So Mike is from Cape Breton Island. So apparently the people from Cape Breton Island have their own variation on their accent in comparison to the rest of the people in the province. And that's a little, and it's something like, I think that's Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is already a small enough place as it is. But I guess if you talk to enough people from Nova Scotia, they have like a variation that's almost like a Scotland accent, which I'd have to hear some more of that because I thought that one beer commercial, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was like Alexander Keats or something. But the guy was trying to do some kind of new Scotland Canadian accent, and it wasn't working. It was sounding too Scottish. It sounded too fake to me. So yeah, Zoidberger, this is how Canadian we are. We can tell the difference even like from the people in one island from a province. They have a different accent. Of course, you know, it's the same way with New York. If you go to New York State, they've got different accents there. Like there's a Bronx accent, there's a New York City accent, there's a northern U.S. There's a northern New York accent. There's well, they call that upstate New York. What else? There's the Long Island accent.
Yes. I know. I live in New Jersey.
Oh,
I
okay.
go to New York all the
Joyzy. Oh
I'm
man.
not one of those douchebag guineas.
Jersey. Oh man.
Yeah, huh? I know.
You know, most Americans, especially if you ask American teenagers where the worst spot in the United States is, there's only two answers they can give. One is where they live. So it's like the place where I live is the worst place in the United States, and the other place is always New Jersey. I don't know what it is about New Jersey that's got that reputation.
It's probably because of that show that they started, the Jersey Shore. And like, I'm pretty sure none of the people on that show are actually from New Jersey. They're a bunch of douchebags from New York.
I got it.
I don't know.
They just happen to get the show.
I don't know, man. I've been around a while. I've been around before that show came up. And people were making New Jersey jokes like that before Jersey Shore was up. Although Jersey Shore certainly didn't help.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. I said, trust me, I live in New Jersey.
Yeah, you got. I mean, New Jersey. I mean, one of the most famous things about New Jersey is the New Jersey Turnpike. The most famous thing about that place is a road.
Why did I know you were gonna say that? God damn, I knew you were gonna say that. I lived in Texas for like 7 months.
And the only thing people knew about New Jersey was the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah, my teacher, the first thing he said to me, like, you know what I love about New Jersey? Is all the people that don't go to New Jersey. Because they hear about it, they say, oh, what's that thing? Oh, the New Jersey Turnpike. That's why it's called the Turnpike. Because they see it, and they turn around. And I was like, you're an asshole. And he said, get out of my class. I said this to my teacher. I promise. I was in 8th grade. I said, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I've done work in his school, and I got to side with your teacher once you did that. Once you crossed that threshold there.
Yeah.
He may have crossed the line himself, but, you know, that, you know...
Yeah, I mean, like, I know he was just trying to get me to call him an asshole. I knew it. So I just did. I just, you know, pissed me off, so I had to.
No,
maybe I didn't have to. Yeah, maybe I didn't have to. I just wanted to.
Yeah, there's a certain side I gotta pick here, because, you know, like I said, the work that I've done work as an essentially an EA and a CYW, so, you know, like, certainly I'm on the side of kids, but I always have to encourage proper behavior.
Yeah. As soon as you say that to a kid from New Jersey, he'll just go off.
I'll tell you what, man, like I'm 35 years old, right? So, and you know, I've had problems with kids trying to add me up from YouTube and trying to add me in games. You know, and people think that because I kick kids out of games that I hate kids. No, I care about kids a lot, which is why I think they should be engaging in appropriate behavior. I would never let any of my kids play an online video game until they're like 15 or 16. Beyond that, they should not be playing online video games, and I would not let them make a YouTube channel either. The kids that I see on YouTube, oh man, I just think that's asking for trouble.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The only reason I laughed is because my brother just walked in, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
Is anybody up?
But I wish you could.
Oh, awesome.
Just me.
It's funny that it's gotten so bad with kids on video games that they actually like make legitimate nicknames for it. Oh look, it's a squeaker. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard that before. Call of Duty has a major problem with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, squeaker! Everybody leave! Everybody leave! We'll reconvene at a later time.
No, it's more like everybody hits the mute button on this one kid.
Oh man.
There's some people who just keep
Call of
it
Duty.
unmuted,
That's one thing Call of Duty has a really bad reputation for. You know,
Uh-oh.
you get to play online with a whole bunch of underage bigots.
Honestly, like me as a parent, my kid ever walked up to me and said, "I want this Call of Duty game." I'd look at them and be like, "No."
Hold on, guys. I gotta turn my mic off.
All right. When you get old
Like,
enough, you
I'd
can.
look at my kids and I'd be like, "You can play that game when your voice sounds like mine."
That's gonna be nearly impossible, man.
But they get the point.
Oh man, I know a lot of people got really angry when there was this kid in France who ended up getting, he was 4 years old, or maybe he was 5 or 6 or something like that. But this kid in France, his parents somehow got him Grand Theft Auto 5 a couple days before it was released. He gets it and he's crying, and they filmed it and posted it on YouTube. People were angry about that. I mean, you know, I care about kids. I would not let my kid play Grand Theft Auto 5, not until they are old enough.
Yeah.
We're Americans. We love violence. We love breaking the law, even though we make it.
Oh man, I could get into a whole bunch of stuff right now, but we're recording. But I will say something about Fox News. There was this one woman, she was Fox News reporter talking about how she got her 13-year-old kid Grand Theft Auto. She was doing a morning show, right? She said that, I got my kid Grand Theft Auto, and everybody was, boo, boo. Oh, but he knows the difference and whatnot. And, you know, this is Fox News, the same channel that blames video games for all sorts of stuff. The same channel that brings Jeff Keighley, the biggest name in games journalism, just to get shouted down and essentially ignored by other people who are having a conversation, who've never even played Mass Effect, who have no idea about the game, or just to say, it's all sexual! Let you have sex with anyone you want! And he's like, no, it's not like that at all. It's like, nope, we don't care what you say. That's Fox News. Fox News is also the same place that when the PlayStation 4 was being released, their business news guys, they brought Jack Tretton in back when he was the president of Sony Computer Entertainment America. And the interview was essentially sucking his dick. It was all like, so tell us how much money you're going to make from the PlayStation 4. Tell us how much money you're going to make. It's like, hey, you assholes, you want to have some journalistic integrity? Why don't you talk about the violence there and blame Jack Tretton for that? No, you don't have the guts to do that? They're not real journalists.
No, of course not.
He's like, oh, well, this guy's a major corporation that he could. Like,
we are a nation of hypocrites. There's a bunch of hypocrites all over the place.
Well, you know, you got a population of 330 to 350 million, so I don't think you can, you know, speak for everybody. I'm not going to speak for everybody in the United States.
Oh no, of course not.
I know nice people, so that's good enough for me. I'm not going to speak for everybody. But Fox News, so essentially what the thing I'm getting from Fox News is that it's wrong to make violent video games. People should not make violent video games. However, it's okay to release violent video games, and it's okay to give them to your kids, and it's okay to make money from it. What kind of message are they sending?
Just wanting to confuse people, just to see if they can. And they do. They're successful.
Yeah. Of course, Fox News has a whole bunch of problems anyway, so they have...
I don't get is, like...
They have, like, zero integrity.
If violent video games are actually used for the right reason, to have fun and to be a stress reliever, that's fine.
I just think people are reading too much into it. I mean, when people are adults, they want to do things that are fun for adults, right? It's like, when you want to watch Goodfellas, you're not going to have your kids watching Goodfellas. It's the same thing with games. Yeah. I mean, adults want to play games. You're not going to have a kid watch Goodfellas with your RoboCop. At least you shouldn't. The original RoboCop, which was awesome, not the remake.
Yes, it is. Terrific movie. Well, people call me a movie buff. I hate that term, but sure, I'll take it if that just means that I love movies.
Yeah.
It's a weird term in my opinion, but yeah, I love movies, and RoboCop, the first one, awesome.
Yeah, that is an awesome movie. All the subtext in it too about how corporate culture was getting into public services and causing trouble there. Kind of reminds me of the latest Dread movie, Dread 3D. Well, they just called it Dread when it came to video. I love the subtext of that movie because it's just like, on the surface, most of the movie is really about the characters, but the subtext of it is this ridiculously extreme society that tries to solve every problem by getting tougher and tougher and tougher. And crime just never goes away, crime seems to adapt, so it kind of makes you wonder, is crime actually, you know, are they getting tougher because crime is getting worse? Or is crime getting worse because they're getting tougher? That's always the subtext. And I love the fact by the time you get to that Dread 3D movie, by the time you get to the end, it's kind of like nothing was solved. You have all this violence, and it's over the top, and a lot of people are going to look at that and say, yeah, that was awesome. But I love the subtext in the background where it says, you know, a day in the life of a police officer, you got rid of one drug dealer, but nothing was solved. Which I guess is like, you know, in general crime in the United States. You took down one drug dealer, but nothing was solved.
That's the thing, like, nothing will ever be solved because there will always be people breaking the law and getting into that trade, because it's basically a get-rich-quick scheme, if you know what I mean.
There's ways around it, but you have to think outside of conventional means. In North America, we've gotten stuck on this idea where the only tool that we have is a hammer, and every problem looks like a nail. So...
That's a very good analogy.
Yeah, so, like, one thing I heard about was there's a problem with swatting, where people can get enough gear to conceal their identity and then call in a crime, and a SWAT team will go and storm somebody's house. And a governor was talking about introducing legislation that is going to punish people for wasting resources for swatting, right? Well, the problem with doing that is that the majority of people of that don't get caught. And the other thing is that if you punish somebody doing that, they're usually people who don't have that much money to begin with. You're not going to be able to find them enough to pay for all the resources that were used up by swatting, so you're going to put them in prison. So you're going to waste even more resources. So it's you know, yet another problem where you know, the only tool they have is a hammer, and every problem looks like a nail. We're going to punish people as hard as we can after something happens. It's kind of useless because it already happened.
Yep. Oh, fuck me. My bad, I'm just so into this conversation, I'm just running right into the bullets.
Alright, yeah, there's a Colossus right near you.
Yeah, my bad.
Let's see if I can get out of there. Alright, there we go.
I'm gonna stop playing like an idiot now.
I'm getting my mojo back. Earlier this morning I was kind of tired, so I wasn't playing too well.
Ooh, who just went down? Alright, I'm coming to get you.
Oh. Awesome. I'm trying to take down all the goons first, all the ads, I guess people call them. Is that like an MMO term? Do you know that one, Sarkon? When you're playing a boss and some little guys come up, people are calling them ads?
I thought this guy blade damaged me and then fell off the ship. I was disappointed. That would have been a good laugh. Man, I'm always just a little bit late. Always just a little bit late on my grenade throws.
Well, the PlayStation 3 controller has a problem with latency due to the pressure-sensitive buttons. Not only that, but all the major processing that's done by a PlayStation 3 also causes things like, what is it, a latency-style effect, as well as the fact that it's online.
I gotta go.
Alright. Yeah, once we hit orbit there, Zoidberger, we will, what is it? Yeah. We'll trade up.
Take me to, just drop me off at the tower, but I gotta go. So my mic's gonna be off, but I'm probably not gonna turn off the game yet.
Alright.
So, Talk to you guys later. Kick me off the fire team or whatever.
You could leave of your own
Oh,
of your own free will.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll just do that then.
All right. Looks like that Atom Lab got a lot of good stuff. You got 4 items there.